Okay, McKenna. Today's session is about black magic. So I would like now you to connect to the first practice of black magic that was practiced on this planet and describe it.
I see a crow, a black crow.
Mhm.
And I see a negative being who's in a human
Excuse me.
form.
Mhm. I will put your microphone a little bit closer or a tiny bit louder. Yeah, try just, yeah. Let's see. Okay.
Okay, is this better?
Yeah, just speak now so I can hear you, okay? And see if it's better. Yeah. So
Is
you
this
see,
better?
yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, perfect. I
So,
see yeah, it looks like a, a, a reptilian in a human form. I'm sure it's a Draco or some sort. But it it has this crow, and the crow is almost how he's holding the crow now, but he did this in a very strange way, almost as if like he was just able with his own powers to bring this crow into his hands. And I see the crow is there. Its eyes are moving back and forth. And the crow has this eye that it's not really black. I wouldn't say it's a black eye, but it's a very, very dark brown, very muddy dark brown eye with like these golden glints in it, glimmers. I don't know how to say that. But then it's first of all, this is taking place in a very open area, an open field. It seems there's oak trees, which yeah, it's like an oak tree forest, which to me, I understand the oak tree and its symbolism to Lucifer. So that seems very symbolic in a way. And I see this crow, and it's as if he's pulled off one of the feathers in its wing. Oh my! It looks like it's there's a reason for everything they do. It seems like almost he's pulled off the third feather in his wing from left to right. If that makes any sense.
mhm.
And it's if it's okay. Somehow he has this blood with him. Yeah, now I'm seeing a bigger picture. I don't see this young woman's body, but it's the blood of a virgin. And I see he's got this crow feather, the blood of a virgin. And I think the third element is just being around these trees, if that makes sense. It seems like there needs to be three things to make this ritual work, to summon this much darker force. And I don't know, it's not, gosh, how do you say this? It's like there isn't, I wouldn't say like this witch cauldron, but I think the symbolism of the witch cauldron is very important because it is, how do you say, connecting them all together. And it seems it's, if he's doing this with his own powers. I mean, this being is very icky, so to say. He, not by any means this positive being. And it seems that this is something they've done on other planets, summoning these darker forces for some time. This being seems practiced at it. He knows what he's doing. And there's something very sacred about human blood. Yeah, it's something unlike. I'm understanding that there's no such thing on these other planets as the pleasures of the flesh, and so we get to experience things that most beings could never experience. And so taking this, so to say, pure blood from a virgin, a young virgin, is very potent and powerful. So it seems that he's connecting all these together: the oak tree, the crow feather, and the blood. And with his, I've never seen anything like this, so I'm not really sure how to even describe it, but almost with his mind combining it. I don't understand that, but that's what it looks like to me. And I see that this wasn't something that it was done and there was immediately a conjuring, if that makes sense. Immediate conjuring of the spirit. I don't see that. I see it's like maybe it, I mean, I'm going to say it took like 6 or 7 days for the spirit to fully conjure. But and I'm also seeing, interesting, it's almost like once he's combined these elements, he's buried it into the ground. And I should tell you this. It's like all these oak trees are in a circle. It's like a circular oak tree open forest. Not a forest. Forest isn't the right word because it looks like very hilly here. And I see it's very like yellowish looking grass, like straw grass, but it's very low to the ground. And then, yes, they have all these oak trees, circular oak tree ring. And so now I see that he's combined these elements. He's burying it into the ground. And he now is waiting I want to say 6 days, waiting 6 days for this element to come to life, to be reborn as something else. I'm not sure exactly how this all happens, but that's what I'm seeing.
Okay, McKenna, what purpose has it been done? Yeah, you're talking about this first practice, yeah?
It seems this purpose was to reborn the dark spirit, the almost, I want to say Satan. That's what it was for. rebirth him into a life force on this planet, to be able to conjure his spirit back here so that he would be able to take over the a young virgin. And I'm assuming it would be the same virgin that's blood had been taken, which seems as if it was a very powerful young lady or young being. So,
okay. Do you have anything to add, or shall we move to the next question?
I know I'm trying to give as much detail. It's kind of confusing, but no, that's what I see, and then this dark being is taking over. They're doing okay. Here we go. It seems as if once this being.
How does it look, this dark being?
Oh my! It's like an icky black cloud. It's like completely dark and it's dark and dense. It's like a mist, almost like this dark mist is coming, and I see him. I'm going to say him. I don't know what. It has a very male and energy to it. This dark mist, and I also see it. He's the one that acts. This masculine energy. Where the feminine is more subtle and soft. So this seems like a force that goes out and does things, tries to reclaim his land, reclaim what he wants as a prize for Gaia to have complete chaos and take over and rule. So yes, I see this force, once it's been conjured, it's able to. I mean, I see it honestly, just like literally coming out of the ground, like coming out of this grave, I guess, that the crow feather and the virgin's blood was put into. And I see him rising up out of that, and I see him then being able to move, I guess, this mist to move, but still he's very protected. I see these dark reptile draconian beings, almost in a way like surrounding him, like feeding off of his energy as well. They seem to all feed off of each other. And then they're leading him to this I see naked female body, naked female virgin body. She doesn't look alive to me. She does not look like she is breathing. And I'm not sure how exactly they kept her in almost like pristine condition over these past 6 days I'm seeing. So I'm not exactly sure how she's still looks like she just passed, but this is interesting. And it's interesting too that it would be 6 days.
Okay.
But
McKenna. Okay, let's move on then.
Okay.
Do the main demands for black magic in the past differ from those made today?
Can you say that again?
Do the main demands for black magic in the past differ from those made today?
Oh, yes, they do. Completely. Yeah, they can have this technology, I see, that allows them to, look in the future, as we all know. So they knew they needed to conjure up so much dark energy to infiltrate our planet, to surround these bright beings of light who they knew were going to eventually free the planet from this 1,000-year-old cycle, or thousands of year cycles that's been war, peace going on. And they knew right now is a very important time in our planet, in this matrix, because the cycle has finally come to an end. And the same thing happened back in an Atlantean time. So the same thing is happening now. And they know that they must, many of the beings that are on this planet, the positive ones, are extremely powerful. I mean, they're so in fear of this, because they know they will leave the matrix. They will leave this this planet, and in a way be breaking all these cycles that have gone on before, and these draconian beings and these very dark entities will no longer have any power over this planet. But they are subservient to us. We are not any longer subservient to them, and they know they've lost their grip on reality, kind of, in a way. But
okay, McKenna. Now, the question was kind of, do they make demands differ from the past and from today? And now the next question follows, why? You kind of partially answered, but do you want to say anything else?
That's all I'm seeing and understanding at this point. This right now is extremely crucial, because these powerful beings, such as you and myself, are finally leaving, and we're kind of, in a way, I see this image of, we are ripping the rug from underneath them. They no longer have any floor to stand on. And so they are falling like dominoes. Again, very
You make me laugh because I see
like...
how you've been pulling the rug.
Of course, in those colors as well, though. So yes, but that's what I'm seeing.
Okay, let's move on to the next. In the here and now, are there certain cultures or geographical areas which are more accustomed to the use of esoteric occult practices of black magic? Yes, no, only partially.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm automatically getting a few areas that are lighting up.
Okay, come on.
I'm looking at the globe right now. Africa is a main area, and that is why they... how do you say, that is why they've tried to control Africa in so many ways. Why they have limited the people of Africa in so many ways, and tested out many of these vaccines and evil practices on these people as well. They want complete control of their... I mean, honestly, I'm just saying, the water source there in Africa holds a lot of knowledge and holds a wealth of information. So they seem to be doing a lot of, I don't know how to say that, poisoning of the water and whatnot. And a lot of these African people are in extreme mind control. They so they don't realize how sacred. I mean, some obviously do, but they want the majority of the people, just as in most of our planet, to not understand exactly where they are, the power of their land. And I see this very strong connection in Africa to Samaria as well.
Africa to Samaria?
Yes, area like Babylonia. I'm not sure, something like that. There's a connection there. But then I'm also seeing London. London is like, oh my gosh, this place is there's a lot going on over there. It seems as if, in a way, what I'm understanding by my visions is they're trying to make London this like the capital of the New World Order, the capital of all that. I don't know.
Okay.
I see also Canada. I see Vancouver, Nova Scotia. Both those areas are very.
Okay, so how do you think, what does it depend on? Why in particular those areas? What information you're getting, McKenna?
Well, California too, I see as well, is on. These have a lot to do with grid lines. It has a lot to do with latitude. And I don't understand, like, I guess latitude, longitude kind of thing, the grid lines. Like I see almost like, I don't know, dragon bloodlines of the planet. I don't, and these are very powerful areas. And, but okay, this is interesting too. They set up a lot of places that we as humans visit as well on a daily basis on very important lines as well, I'm understanding, so that when we experience usually fearful emotions, things like that, that they are able to suck and drain that energy to fuel their rituals and things like that. So I'm trying to understand more about this Nova Scotia and Vancouver thing, but I'm just assuming. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. It's not really letting me see, and I think
That's okay, don't worry.
yeah.
So, are there any figures or symbols that are bound to black magic practices? Yes or no?
Yes, many. There's many.
Which ones are most used in different cultures?
The star. The star is a huge black magic symbol, and it's seen with
which direction star? Like upside down or?
I'm seeing almost like a starburst kind of thing, but I'm seeing it as well as the upright star. I'm not seeing it in a pentagram form, or
upright. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing upright. I'm not sure what the other one's called. So I'm seeing that is a very big symbol. I'm seeing the color gold has been abused, the color red as well, white and black as well. Color orange is showing up too, but that represents the gold, as well. That's why it's used. What other symbols am I seeing? You know, the sun. This is the way we leave. This is the way we entered and we leave this place. And there's a reason why we cannot look into the sun. It will blind us, so to say, because if we understood that was our way out, then we would leave. We would no longer be on this matrix. Other symbols. I'm seeing a rope. Ropes are important. Why do you think when you have to go to the airport, you have to walk through the roped off areas? It's very constricting of energy, controlling of energy as well. And you're by not even consciously thinking of it, you are participating in a black magic ceremony. That is why there's so many lines in airports and all that. It is to frustrate you and to get you upset. Upset as well. I also okay.
No. You go on if you still want to say something. Okay.
I see also like this blue sparrow looking thing. I don't know what that exactly means. I'm seeing the symbol of pillars has been abused for a long time as well, into these black magic ceremonies as well. And
Pillars, yeah.
yes, pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Pillars. I'm also seeing. Gosh, there's so many. Like honestly, there's so many symbols. It's like very, very
Okay, I just
overwhelming.
now,
But
McKenna, will read one more time the same question, yes. Which ones are most used in different cultures? Could you now to be a bit give me some more clarification, maybe which symbols are more in which cultures, if you could see that in different cultures? Which ones are most used in different cultures, yeah?
we all have the same 32 symbols. We all have the same symbols. We don't have different symbols, but they're each say we have a different perception of these same symbols that we all have in our cultures, and I wouldn't say that it's how do you say that? I would say they're all used. They're all used in all these cultures for the same black magic purposes. And it has a lot to do too with what type of black magic ritual they are trying to do. That's where these symbols may be more prominent one than the other, just based on the actual ritual that they're trying to fulfill.
Okay. Are there any symbols that have never been revealed? They are not aware kind of, yeah?
Yes, there are.
Which ones?
I see this. I don't even. Again, I've never seen a symbol like this, so I'm going to do my
Just
best.
try to describe, yeah?
It is like a triangle in a way. I'm trying to say this. It's like a triangle, but it's not. The crossing of it goes farther down on one end, and there seems to be kind of like a ball on the end of it. And then this other, it's almost like a 4, but it's not a 4. The closest symbol I could say is it looks like a 4, but again, not a 4. And it has these balls on the end of it, and it's a little bit more. The 4 is a little bit more upright and slanted kind of thing. I hope I described that well, but I'm seeing that. And it's interesting. I've seen this image before in ancient Egypt as well. So I'm seeing that symbol.
So you saw that symbol yourself in Egypt?
Yes, in ancient Egypt. I've seen this during
Okay.
I don't know how to say this.
That's okay.
Like what it opens portals. I remember it from, it was a symbol that would open portals. It had this very strong ability to open portals, and you could travel through other dimensions based on going through this portal when this symbol would arise, usually during our meditation
So that
practices.
actually,
This symbol would come down
okay.
with a bright beam of almost like how do you say this? Iridescent, purpley golden light. This symbol would come down, and you would be able to travel through the portal. So I'm seeing that they've taken this symbol and completely used it for negative purposes now as well. It allows them a stronger entrance to these portals, a stronger fueling for these black magic rituals that will allow gosh, I want to say like any being in this kind of galaxy, or even galaxies over, it's that powerful to enter into the ritual space if they are called to do so.
What harm can black magic do to a person?
Anything. You can be taken over by black magic. They use black magic in mostly all rituals. this black magic is used. And so I see that it is, they use this for vril as well, putting vril
What
into
for? Excuse me. Sorry.
vril,
Mhm.
vril. Black magic is also used in that ritual. Again, you can physically kill a person with black magic and allow set free. I'm seeing like you could sometimes when they end a being's life during a black magic ritual, in a way they're again freeing this negative entity from its container in a way, and allowing it to go into another being, or even go into another form, or extraterrestrial being. So yeah, they can, take your blood. They can with black magic, completely, I'm seeing in a way, erase all your memories, all your things that would bind you to this third dimensional plane. You can, conjure in very, very, very dark entities and beings into this practice, and they use it almost in a way of they themselves, these negative entities, when they're conjuring black magic, they feel extremely powerful. So this is for them like it's like, I don't know, drinking a energy drink or something like that for them. And as well, oh wait, where was that? It went away. I'm seeing that okay, there's here, I found it. So what they need to do in a lot of these rituals, because many of these beings cannot themselves manifest. We can manifest, they cannot manifest. And that's what separates us from them. And that's why they need us. That is why they are absolutely devastated that we are like leaving this this matrix, pulling the rug out from under them, because they cannot manifest. So now they have no control any longer. So they need beings like us to power a lot of these rituals. And many other beings that are extremely powerful as well, and who may not even realize that they're a part of these rituals. So yes, that's what I'm seeing on that front.
Mhm. Okay. Which of the most recurrent entities can be called black magic?
Most reoccurring entities.
Yeah, that's the question. Which of the most recurrent entities can be called black magic?
Um, I'm trying to telepathically understand what you're saying. So, I think I see there are, many of these, almost in a way, same beings that are coming into these practices a lot of times, and they've been doing this again for hundreds of thousands of years with black magic.
So how do they look, those entities?
I
What are
see.
they? Mhm.
Okay, yeah, there's many different ones, and again, they can change their form so often. Many of these negative entities, that's like, it's kind of, you have to laugh at them because they're just silly. They, the only like power in a way they have is they can like shape shift and obviously scare us and do these things, but they must do rituals otherwise to properly do any type of manifestations for themselves. So I'm seeing draconian beings. I'm seeing vril creatures. I'm seeing again this dark mist being that we saw earlier, and I'm seeing the even to these tall grays. They're very nefarious. These zeta reticulans. Um, I'm also seeing I'm seeing too some even Lyrian beings here
What
that take
kind of
part of
beings?
Lyrian,
All
Lyrian
right, okay.
lion
Mhm.
looking
Yeah.
beings to me. Okay, this is interesting. The image of the lion has completely been per matrix inverted. It's been shown as a sign of strength and pride and you know, king, kind of, so to say. But I'm looking at these beings and they're the exact opposite of this. And they want us to hold this lion figure on a pedestal of strength and everything, so that in a way it gives them energy, it gives them it feeds them. So that's interesting. I've never seen that before. So yeah, those are beings I'm seeing, you know, also of course humans, but it looks like most of these humans here are nefarious beings that are shape shifting. So yes, I'm seeing.
Okay. Thank you, McKenna. What conditions are necessary for a magician to practice black magic? What conditions are necessary?
Again, to have to be able to see. I mean, I'm just seeing like this image of like your bloodline is very, very important to you being able to practice magic, to being able to see.
Okay, so bloodline.
Yeah, bloodline is I'm going to say honestly like probably the most important part. And I'll also practice, many of these beings practice I'm seeing in a way almost on a daily basis the their skills, so to say. I don't know. They want to practice it and get better at it. And the more they practice it, the better they get. And there's some, you know, again, most of the beings, the negative black magic practitioners that are on the planet right now, or on other planets, but you know, will come here and do black magic. They have been doing this for, I mean, hundreds and thousands of years. Like this is for them. They've had their practice. Right now is their final show. You know, the curtains are open. They are putting everything on display.
Okay, what dynamics allow the negative force that is launched through occult rituals of black magic to bind to the subliminal path? I will repeat the question if you want. Okay.
Yes.
What dynamics allow the negative force that is launched through occult rituals of black magic to bind to the subliminal path?
I'm not completely sure. What denominates a
Dynamics.
dynamics?
Okay, maybe I pronounced
Sorry.
incorrectly. That's okay. I
No,
will
you're
spell
fine.
for
You're
you.
fine.
I will spell for you. Okay,
Thank you.
it's
I just don't want to.
Dynamics. It's dynamics or dynamics.
Okay, I've never heard that word before. At
That's
least
okay. You don't.
I don't
You
know it.
don't.
So I'll
That's
just.
okay. You don't worry about that question. We move on the next one. Okay, don't worry. Okay.
Sorry.
What remedies are the most effective to become immune from the attack of black magic? What remedies are the most effective to become immune?
To really, I just see being out in nature. Nature, you know, our planet is so healing in so many ways. And I even see that um, that's why they want to do many of these rituals and in enclosed dark places away from nature, separating you from nature. Um, in nature, there's such a healing and powerful positive force I'm seeing as well. But you know, as you know, it's important for beings who are positive and to protect themselves from black magic by getting as far away as they can from it, really separating themselves protects you as well. And, you know, if your energy sphere, if you practice on your own to protect yourself, you will always be protected. They cannot, they cannot harm you. They can only scare you. That's important. And so when you keep your, it's important to know too, all these black magic rituals are attacks on the heart. When we have our heart truly open, when we truly are radiating from our heart chakra, I mean, I see it almost as like this, I don't want to use the word like antivirus serum, but like it's something like that. It just completely, it helps you eradicating, because these entities, they cannot stick into your subconscious when that happens. With an open heart, because you're so high vibrational, you're completely connected, not only to the planet, but to your own knowing of yourself, your own God consciousness, I want to say. You know, of course, that word has been kind of misused, but if you are really in in alignment, these entities, even if they practice black magic on you, they will not be able to stick, no matter how messed up they are. They cannot stick, because they cannot be in such a high vibration, high
Yeah.
vibrational being. It's like, you know, oil and you know, water in a way. It doesn't go together. It never has, and it never will. They can try, but you can break free.
Oh, okay. Can black magic create strokes of return to the magician who walked it?
Can you say that again?
Yeah, of course I can. I will repeat slowly. Can black magic create strokes of return to the magician who walked it?
Strokes of return?
Yeah, well, how I understand this question, kind of, can the black magic turn back to the magician? Yes,
Oh,
yes, that's
yes,
how I
yes,
understand. Yeah,
yes,
of
yes,
return. Yeah. Are there any subjects from official religions who practice black magic? Yes, no, only partially.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Who are
Especially,
they and why? Yeah.
yeah, especially the Catholic Church practices a lot of dark magic, extreme amount. Places not good. I'm seeing the Vatican is just like this very dark and energy sphere that is just a huge place for practicing black magic. I mean, honestly, I'm seeing a lot of, you know, even Christianity in a way is practicing black magic. I mean, honestly, all these religious ideals are all in some form doing this.
So we are talking now, McKenna, about subjects, yes? Are there any subjects from official religions? Who are they and why? Yeah?
The
Could you look
subjects.
at the subjects? Yeah, please. Okay.
The I mean, I'm seeing the story of Adam and Eve. In some way, is this black magic ritual, black magic ritual, in a way. Um, I I don't know much about religion, so I'll do my best here. I don't know much about the stories. Um, I'm also seeing that this, you know, this story of Cain and Abel is a black magic, has black magic attached to it. I see that. Um,
If that's it. Just tell me, okay?
Sorry, yeah,
That's
I'm
fine.
not
Yeah,
seeing a lot, and
that's fine.
I don't
Don't
really
worry.
understand, so I'm sorry.
We are moving on. Don't worry.
Okay.
You're doing very well. Are there alien races related to black magic? Yes, no, or only partial?
Yes, the
Yes, you already
we
talked.
already kind of, I think, went into that,
Mhm.
those beings that were
So yeah, it's a kind of blended question to this: who are they and why? So just to finish what you.
who are they and why? These are lower frequency vibrational beings who operate in the same realm, so to say, in the lower fourth dimension, or some lower below that as well. But I'm understanding they're all from the same place, which is
Could you name a few of those races, McKenna? Could
we
you
have
just?
the Alpha Draconians. We have I'm seeing the tall grays, the Zeta Reticulans. I think that the smaller grays are just kind of like following the leader kind of thing. I'm not, I feel like they want to not be participating in these things like many other beings that are starting to see they do want out of this practice. I'm seeing the Lyran beings, these they're far from strong and masculine. They're very like this withered away kind of lion in a way. I do see some strong, I guess, looking ones, but I'm sure that they have ways of keeping their physical appearance in that way. I'm seeing these vril creatures, and they seem to like honestly operate very much like in the inner workings inside of our planet. I'm seeing that as well. And I'm also seeing, again, human beings or shape shifters from these other beings as well. So that's what I'm you know
Okay. We finished with a fixed part of a protocol now, McKenna. Now, okay, let's look at a couple things what we went through. Okay. So we were talking about symbols that never been revealed, and you tried to describe one of the symbols that looks like a triangle, but it's not a triangle, like with some bubbles on the bottom, yes. And you mentioned that they open portals to different dimensions, yes. So
yes.
I would like a little bit to clarify that thing, yes. It's a symbol of a black magic, but at the same time, it opens portals to different dimensions. So saying different dimensions, I would imagine to the higher and much higher dimensions, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So do they use that symbol like, very low vibration races and magicians to that symbol to go to the higher vibration dimensions?
They can't go to higher vibrational dimensions, and so to say this symbol, it's more like I guess a 4 would be like the closest thing to this. It's a weird 4. I'll draw it for you and send
Yeah,
it to you.
later.
But just like everything in this matrix, they've taken away things that were once positive and used it and reversed it
Okay, so it
for
was once positive, yes.
yes,
And
reversed
when
this
it
so
was
to use it
positive, what it was used for? When the
again,
symbol.
going into these higher dimensions, going to these really like just I see like all these beautiful tropical happy planets where there wasn't this strong attachment of this matrix system.
Okay, my question now comes from here. So, normally, if low vibrational beings go to the higher dimensions of vibrations, they are just literally transformed, or they cannot literally go to the much higher dimensions. Yes.
They
So
can't.
do
Yeah.
they is be any change using this symbol? Like, if a low vibrational being uses that symbol, so is he still somehow safe? Doesn't ban going into those higher vibrational
Yeah,
dimensions?
he can't go into, these beings cannot go into these higher dimensional frequencies. They can only stay at the frequency at which they are owning and operating, just like this dimension. So what they are doing, it seems like, is that they have inverted this symbol, and so that instead of allowing high positive or vibrational people to go to other places, it's allowing lower negative vibrational beings to come is as a portal into these black magic ceremonies from wherever they are in the galaxies or wherever they inner earth,
Okay.
wherever. So if that makes more sense, sorry.
Yeah, it does make a sense. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
So again,
Okay.
everything's been inverted. So
Okay. We're talking about symbols, yes, for the black magic practices, and you saw one of those, a star, upside down star, yes. Could you just connect again to that information and try to see really what is the difference between the normal star, yes, and that upside down star? Or try to look at it from the esoteric point of view. Try to kind of now put in front of yourself those two different stars, okay? Normal star and upside down star, and try to read information from each of it. Yes. Try to understand how different they are, okay? What the energies they hold.
it's it's almost like the same as the symbol we were just talking about. Again, it's been inverted. So when you invert it, you're allowing to conjure these negative energies that are very they're, I guess, very dense. Dense would be the right word. And it's allowing that. And even as, again, this is where I'm understanding. If you put, shoot,
Oops.
got it. Can you see me still?
Yeah, I can see that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, if you overlay this negative upside down star with the upright star, it creates, in a way, this starburst, which is representative of the sun. I'm seeing the sun, and so they've separated these, um, split them in half to create duality, to create this extreme duality between um, of everything that operates on this matrix.
So now let's say, let's take this one normal looking star, yes? What vibrations you feel? Like, because I know that some people, not in black magic, they love to use like pendants, with a star, and other things are used. I know they are used in white magic. So doesn't, does it have a harm or doesn't? Because I know you kind of mentioned it because it was kind of, positive things and then they inverted. But just try now to read some energy, yes, from the normal looking star.
So from the normal star, yeah, I see. Again, this is like the positive half, the positive half of the starburst, the sun. But um, they do this thing I'm seeing. Um, they use this on, I mean, even things I've seen, Masonic lodges, that they put a star, this upright star, in front of the lodge, and it is in a very interesting way, like um it's a joke kind of thing, like, oh, this is positive kind of thing, when it would really be it should be the upside down star. So they have played with this star, upright star symbol. Um, and even though some of us see the star and see it as, oh, this is, the positive half of the sun, it's still, they do play with it in some ways of, trying to taint the light, trying to taint the light.
Yeah, so kind of upright one attracts negative forces, let's put this way, yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of a gateway, as I understand and see. Okay. Now, it was, you mentioned it, some places, as certain geographical areas which are more accustomed to the esoteric occult practices, yes. And you mentioned that we are places we visit and feel fear, yes, separately
Yeah.
from those, what London, Canada, California, yes.
Yeah.
Could you now look for a couple or a few those places what we visit like a visitors, yes, but at the same time we feel a fear what we feed those lower beings? Could you just find a few of them to see?
Of course, I just want to add, because I'm seeing, as I'm looking at this global map, in a way, I'm also seeing other areas that I feel are needed to address. I'm also seeing, it looks like South America, particularly. I'm seeing like Brazil has a lot of things going on there. And also, it looks like, how do you say, this like Cuba-ish area. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to mention those before we continue, and also Antarctica. But anyway, what they do, I'm seeing, is like we may go into, because they're on these ley lines. Even, I mean, we can't do this anymore, of course, but for example, when we used to go to movie theaters and we used to sit and watch maybe a scary movie, and they're all located on specific ley lines, and that is for a very specific purpose, so that when we feel the fear, which 100% feels so real in that moment, that then you are fueling they're kind of sucking, I'm seeing like sucking this energy through a tube in a way to fuel um, their dark agendas, but many places like that too. I'm seeing they'll put really negative entities to work in restaurants as well, so that you get upset or angry. They like these things, and then from there they suck that out as well. Um, you know, there's a lot of tricks in different places, even grocery stores I'm seeing too, that they do this kind of thing. So we're always giving into this duality, which is exactly what we want.
Coming back to the same question, you mentioned that grid lines, latitude, and then in between dragon blood lines. Could you explain more in details how do you see those dragon bloodlines, what they are? So who don't know
Yeah,
much
I know. I'm
information.
trying to, because I don't know anything about this, but I'm seeing it's almost like this very powerful like web of the spider, almost, that's wrapped around, that they themselves created, and knew would be very specific and powerful negative energy lines. Um, so yeah.
Where do you see where do they exist, those dragon bloodlines?
There's quite a few. I see one, you know, it's, how do you say this? There's many offshoots of this spider web that go across the planet. I'm seeing,
Okay, so we are across the
again,
planet,
they're all always
like
hitting kind of these
latitudes
like
and.
places that yeah, exactly. And like, I don't know um, we could
Okay.
go into all the cities,
So
but
who created those dragon bloodlines and how old they are?
um, well, these are, these are, hundreds of thousands of years old. You know, I feel like there's, you know, the Anunnaki are having a very large part in this as well, with the draconians, and in the creation of this matrix planet, this dark lower vampiric consciousness energies that have created these.
Okay. Is there any chance somehow to get rid of them? Just read information from the etheric field.
We're doing it right now. I think we're all in this process of doing that by pulling this rug out from beneath them, and no longer playing in this matrix game that we're in a way, just by doing that, we are also pulling out the rug with all the tassels, which are those ley lines, those bloodlines, and we're removing this overlay to finally get back to what the Earth was before these entities and vampiric consciousness infiltrated the planet.
Okay, so the last question. Let's do the last question. Yeah. When we were talking in the very beginning of a session about that black dense cloud, yes, the one what kind of reborn, yes, dark spirit. You remember? You talked
Yes.
about. So could you please read the DNA of that black cloud, the one what was reborn from that ritual?
It has it's quite okay. So I'm seeing it has 55%. It looks like alpha draconian DNA. I'm seeing it looks like it has like 30% like Anunnaki or something like that. I don't know.
Okay,
And
that's
then
fine.
I'm also seeing they have human DNA, that the rest of that is.
Okay.
So yeah.
So it's a mixture.
Yeah, it's so to say, I'm thinking again, this is very like just in this process,
And the
very
person who
ritualistic. They're
was
putting together these strong.
And the person who was doing that fast ritual, it looked like a man, yes?
It was, I'm seeing it's an alpha draconian, and it looks
Or you saw
purebred,
it like
yeah.
a hybrid, like Alpha Draconian. You saw him doing that ritual.
Yes,
Just to
exactly.
clarify.
I saw
Okay.
him doing this.
And how he looks like? Could you a little bit describe more in detail that Alpha Draconian?
Oh yes, very large, muscular. He has a little bit of a shorter neck. He has this almost like whitish gray skin, nothing like the grays. I mean, it's
Whitish gray, yeah?
yes, whitish gray, like a very light tint of gray in his skin. And I see him, he doesn't have any wings, or he doesn't have any tails. He looks in this humanoid form, very long claws. I'm seeing him just holding this crow with these like giant claws coming out. And he also has like, gross feet with his gross claws. So yeah, again, just.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have anything else to add to this session about all that, what they spoke, and information additionally?
I think just as important to realize that everything they're doing is trying to close our own hearts. They want to betray us in every way possible. Don't give into this betrayal. Don't give into this duality. Keep your heart open. Keep your heart open. That's all we need to do. They're going to use every single thing against us to try to get us to close off, to go lower vibrational, but we must do the opposite of them, and that is love. And I don't mean that in a love and light way, but I mean it's important to
Love and high vibrations,
yes,
yes.
love in a
Love
high
and
vibration.
above, because love
Yes,
starts, I think, 500 vibrations, so we need
yes,
to try to keep ourselves above 500.
yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay,
That's
thank you so much, McKenna, for this session. I'm stopping the recording.
Buenos días.
Dzień dobry.
Bienvenidos a este primer vídeo de Disclosure en español y polaco.
Bardzo Was serdecznie witamy na tym nowym wideo, które będzie w języku hiszpańskim i polskim na kanale Disclosures.
Vamos a producir mucho más vídeos en futuro como estos vídeos informativos.
W przyszłości stworzymy dużo więcej takich wideo, które będą Was informowały o różnych rzeczach.
Porque estamos notando que cuanto más se va divulgando este trabajo, estas hipnosis por internet, también cuanto más mala información se está difundiendo.
A to dlatego, że zauważyliśmy, że im więcej wstawiamy sesji z naszymi hipnozami, tym więcej jakby informacji sprzecznych zaczyna się rozprzestrzeniać.
Y entonces hoy vamos a hablar de las sesiones investigativas.
Więc dzisiaj będziemy mówić o sesjach badawczych.
Porque estoy viendo que hay personas que a lo mejor se dedican a una sesión con una persona, se van a algún lugar, preguntan algo y lo poco de información que pueden extraer de una sesión se lo creen como si fuera oro, completamente puro oro.
Bo zauważyłem, że są takie sesje i takie osoby, które robią jedną sesję z jedną osobą na dany temat i kiedy wychodzi tam jakaś informacja, to jest ona odbierana, jakby to było rzeczywiście coś niesamowicie wiarygodnego, jakby to było czyste złoto.
Yo os digo que la sesión así dicha investigativa no existe.
Ja chciałbym Wam powiedzieć, że sesja badawcza tak naprawdę nie istnieje.
Entonces podríais como preguntar, entonces cuando haces una sesión a un cliente y preguntas cosas, ¿por qué preguntas?
Więc mógłbyś mi zadać pytanie, więc skoro robisz jakąś sesję z jakąś osobą i zadajesz jej pytania, to właściwie po co je w ogóle zadajesz?
Sí, sabemos que la información en hipnosis está muy, pero de verdad muy contaminada.
My bardzo dobrze wiemy, że informacja, która wychodzi podczas hipnozy jest niezwykle, ale to niezwykle zanieczyszczona.
Y esa información, así como sale de la hipnosis, no podemos tomarla como conocimiento, como investigación.
Więc takiej informacji, która wychodzi podczas sesji hipnozy, nie bierzemy nigdy jako takiej informacji, która jest rzeczywiście bardzo prawdziwa, zgodna z prawdą i oczywista.
En el caso de sesiones a clientes, la información que sacamos nos sirve por otro objetivo. El objetivo es llegar a la causa de su problema y trabajar.
Te informacje, które uzyskujemy podczas sesji dla klientów, służą nam zupełnie do czegoś innego. Celem jest to, żeby znaleźć przyczynę i pracować nad nią.
Pero ¿qué significa que la información está contaminada? ¿Cuánto está contaminada y por qué?
Ale co to właściwie oznacza informacja zanieczyszczona? Kiedy jest zanieczyszczona i dlaczego jest zanieczyszczona?
Hay que saber que cuando nosotros pedimos una información y nos llega a través de una persona en hipnosis, esta información sale de una fuente, para así decirlo, y atraviesa muchas dimensiones, muchas densidades.
Kiedy prosimy o jakąś informację podczas sesji, to ta informacja, powiedzmy to w ten sposób, pochodzi z jakiegoś źródła, ale w międzyczasie przechodzi przez wiele gęstości i wiele wymiarów.
Y también pasa por conciencias, por inteligencias. Esa información viene atrapada en el éter por varios seres.
Ale ta informacja przechodzi też przez wiele umysłów, wiele świadomości, istnieje w eterze i może być przechwycona również przez wiele bytów.
Estos seres Esas inteligencias pueden voluntariamente o involuntariamente distorsionarla.
I te byty, te istoty lub świadomości mogą ją zniekształcić świadomie lub nieświadomie.
Y además, la persona que está en hipnosis tiene sus creencias, su mentalidad, sus perspectivas, sus opiniones. Esta estructura mental contamina también esta información.
A co więcej, osoba, która jest w stanie hipnozy, ma swoje własne przekonania, swoje własne wartości i wierzenia, swoją własną mentalność i przez tą właśnie strukturę całą mentalną również może dojść do jeszcze kolejnego zanieczyszczenia.
Y además, si nosotros queremos investigar, por ejemplo, una persona o un ser que no tiene ninguna conexión con el ambiente hipnótico donde estamos trabajando, esta persona puede no autorizar la salida de informaciones de sí mismo.
A co więcej, jeśli połączymy się z jakąś istotą, która absolutnie nie należy do tego środowiska hipnotycznego, w którym pracujemy, taka istota może nie zgodzić się na przekazanie informacji.
Si hay interacción, si hay interferencias entre un ser y otro, es posible que circule información por las conexiones, por los pactos.
Jeśli jest jakaś interferencja między dwoma istotami, to wtedy dzięki tym paktom, albo przez te pakty, przez to połączenie, które istnieje, rzeczywiście wychodzą informacje.
Pero si en aquella sesión en concreto ese ser o esa persona se va a cuestionar y no hay ninguna conexión, es muy improbable que llegue una información autorizada.
Ale jeśli zdarzy się tak, że łączymy się z istotą, która nie ma z tym nic wspólnego, to jest bardzo mało prawdopodobne, że dostaniemy jakąś informację.
Entonces, imaginemos que queremos investigar sobre un personaje famoso de la historia.
No, na przykład wyobraźmy sobie, że chcielibyśmy otrzymać informację o jakiejś osobie niezwykle znanej, historycznej.
Si no tenemos de alguna manera alguna conexión con los elementos del ambiente hipnótico y esta persona, aunque no esté conectada, no autoriza esta información, pues no llega.
Więc jeśli wyobrazimy sobie, że ta osoba nie jest w żaden sposób połączona z tym środowiskiem hipnotycznym, w którym pracujemy, może się tak zdarzyć, że absolutnie nie zezwoli na żadne przekazywanie informacji na swój temat.
Y cuando pasa esto, hay siempre o casi siempre alguna entidad que se aprovecha de la situación.
I kiedy to się dzieje, zazwyczaj pojawia się jakiś byt, który wykorzystuje tę sytuację.
Se puede presentar con la supuesta identidad de la persona o del ser que estamos buscando, o puede de todas formas modificar o inventar una información por su cuenta, por su personal ventaja.
Może zrobić dwie rzeczy. Albo przyjąć, zidentyfikować się z osobą, o której chcemy zrobić tę sesję, przyjąć jej tożsamość, albo zmienić informacje, które chcielibyśmy otrzymać, tak aby to działało na jej korzyść.
Nosotros en sesión a clientes podemos trabajar porque el cliente nos autoriza a trabajar en él en su sesión.
Podczas sesji dla klientów możemy pracować nad takimi informacjami, bo otrzymujemy zgodę na informacje właśnie dzięki temu klientowi.
Y podemos trabajar con sus seres queridos, por ejemplo, o con los seres que interfieren con ella, propio porque hay estas conexiones.
I możemy pracować na przykład z istotami, które kocha ta dana osoba, lub z bytami, które w nią ingerują, właśnie przez to połączenie, które tam istnieje.
Entonces, hay una gran diferencia entre la sesión a un cliente para solucionar sus problemas y hacer sesiones para investigar.
Dlatego istnieje taka duża różnica między sesjami, które robimy dla klientów, aby rozwiązać ich problemy, i między sesjami takimi poszukiwawczymi, badawczymi.
Por eso digo que no existe una sesión investigativa.
I dlatego właśnie Wam mówię, że nie istnieje coś takiego jak sesja badawcza.
Lo que existe es un protocolo de sesiones de investigación.
To, co istnieje, to pewien protokół sesji badawczych.
hay que seguir un protocolo y hay que ejecutar una serie de sesiones y con personas diferentes.
Więc trzeba zawsze śledzić ten sam protokół, a jednocześnie wykonać wiele sesji z różnymi osobami.
El protocolo tiene que ser único, unívoco, porque hay que preguntar en un tema las mismas preguntas para ir en la misma dirección.
Ten protokół powinien być zawsze taki sam, ponieważ należy zadawać takie same pytania, tak aby iść zawsze w tym samym kierunku.
Cuanto más está restringido ese espacio de investigación, cuanto más podemos tener más probabilidad de tener buena información.
Im bardziej zawężamy obszar naszych poszukiwań, tym bardziej prawdopodobne będzie, że otrzymamy dobre informacje.
Sí, podemos también aumentar ese espacio, pero tenemos que aumentar proporcionalmente el número de sesiones por hacer.
Możemy oczywiście rozszerzyć ten obszar, ale wtedy będziemy zmuszeni również rozszerzyć ilość tych sesji.
Luego, cuando tenemos una grande serie de sesiones, pero estamos hablando de centenas o hasta de millares de sesiones,
I wtedy mówimy o olbrzymiej liczbie sesji, od setki po tysiące.
tenemos que recoger toda aquella información que es común a todas o a casi todas estas sesiones hechas.
I wtedy musimy pozbierać te informacje, które są wspólne dla wszystkich bądź prawie wszystkich tych sesji.
Esta información común vais a ver que es un porcentaje muy pequeño con respecto a la totalidad de la información.
I zobaczycie, że ta informacja wspólna będzie naprawdę niewielkim odsetkiem tych informacji, które się tam pojawią.
Son pepitas de oro.
To są takie malutkie ziarenka.
Es como si nosotros vamos a un río, vamos a coger este filtro, vamos a coger muchísima arena para recoger solo muy pocas pepitillas de oro.
I można to przyrównać do poszukiwania złota, kiedy filtruje się dno rzeki, zbiera się mnóstwo piasku, a na koniec pojawiają się maleńkie ziarenka złota.
Esa sí que es información de oro.
I to jest właśnie ta informacja złota.
Si hoy podemos decir que hay seres que interfieren bastante con el ser humano y que tienen formas de animales reptiles o de animales a forma de insectos, etc., es porque todo esto sale desde que se empezaron las sesiones de hipnosis y hay muchísimas, millares y millares con esta información común.
I jeśli dzisiaj możemy powiedzieć, że są ingerencje, które przybierają formy albo reptilii, albo jakichś insektów, to dlatego, że takie informacje wychodzą od początku naszych sesji hipnotycznych i są wspólne i jest ich tysiące.
Pero si yo digo que en la ciudad de Nueva York en el 1452, en aquel punto, había una casa que vivía un viejo que se llamaba Tom, pues solo en aquella sesión ha salido y cuanto más contaminada puede ser, no lo va a saber nadie.
Ale jeśli chciałbym powiedzieć, przekazać taką informację, że w Nowym Jorku w 1452 roku stał taki a taki dom, w którym mieszkał taki a taki starszy pan o imieniu Tom, to nie mam pojęcia, jak bardzo zanieczyszczona będzie ta informacja.
Así entonces se hace investigación. Es un trabajo muy largo, muy duro y tiene que ser hecho con un protocolo riguroso y severo.
A więc właśnie w taki sposób należy robić sesje badawcze. Jest to proces bardzo długi, ciężki i który wymaga bardzo restrykcyjnego protokołu.
Y entonces por esto que nosotros ya vamos a empezar a hacer ciclos de investigación.
I właśnie dlatego zaczniemy teraz robić takie cykle badawcze.
La estructura del team, que cada vez va creciendo siempre más, y el número de clientes que cada día contactan con nosotros, nos permiten organizar estos ciclos de investigación.
I ponieważ struktura naszego zespołu cały czas się powiększa, a także liczba klientów, którzy kontaktują się z nami każdego dnia, te czynniki pozwalają nam na to, żebyśmy zrobili taki cykl badawczy.
Creo que ya he dicho todo, o casi todo. Eh, Cualquier pregunta podéis escribirla en los comentarios del vídeo o donde sea publicado el vídeo.
Myślę, że powiedziałem wszystko, bądź prawie wszystko, a jeśli macie jakieś pytania, to proszę zadajcie je pod tym wideo.
Gracias por vuestra atención
Dziękujemy za Waszą uwagę.
y gracias a ti, Milena.
Gracias a ti, Kalo. Dziękujemy.
Chao.
Ciao.